Hello everybody. I've been trying to film this for a long time, but I've been feeling discouraged, so I'm sorry that my video is later than I said it was going to be. But today I am going to be doing a book review on this book. And just so you guys know, I am a huge fan of the Vampire Diaries. I bawled my eyes out when the series ended in 2017. And I'm just so happy to do a book review, and I have so many thoughts and just so many feelings about this show and this book. So this book is the Vampire Diaries, Stefan Diaries, Volume 1, The Origins story. Basically, it's the story of how Stefan and Damon became vampires. It's the story of how they met Catherine. It's the story, it's basically the flashbacks of Season 1 in book form. Basically, it's the origin story of how they met. It's the origin story of how the council was formed to stop the vampires from invading Mystic Falls. So basically, it's about Stefan, Salvatore, the youngest Salvatore, but Stefan has an older brother, Damon Salvatore, who is... I have so much to say about Damon as a character, but he's a great character too. But right now we'll talk about Stefan. So Stefan's 17 years old, and he is engaged to this woman, but he doesn't really love. It's an arranged marriage. He doesn't really feel it, but it doesn't consume him. But he knows that it's what his father wants, so he thinks that's what he has to do. So he agrees to this arranged marriage. She's like, okay, I'll marry this girl. It's what I'm supposed to do, whatever. But then this girl comes to town. Her name is Catherine Pierce, and her family was just killed in a fire in Georgia. In Atlanta. So she comes to Mystic Falls to stay with Stefan and his father Giuseppe at their house, in their little carriage house by their house. So, because she didn't have anywhere else to go. And I just dropped the book, sorry. Because she didn't have anywhere else to go. So she stays with them. And Stefan basically falls in love with her. And basically his brother is off in war, on the Civil War. He's fighting in the Civil War. But he's not really feeling it. And he doesn't want anything to do with it. So he comes back to town, and his father is upset because he it was a stranger, and he left the war. His father wasn't very happy about it. So he's not happy about it. But basically, he comes back. He finds out his brother's going to get married to this girl. And he doesn't really love her. So anyway, they're at this party, celebrating their engagement and stuff. And his fiance winds up dead with her throat slashed out. And that's the first thing that I think mentioned of the vampires. But anyway, it goes back to the fact that his father tells him and his brother that you guys gotta watch out for demons and everything, and the demons are the vampires. And basically the council is formed to stop the vampires from basically killing the people of Mystic Falls. And they want to capture them. They use this compass, like in the show, the compass that you point it and you can hear, it's if you point it at someone and they're a vampire, it goes off. And so they want to capture the vampires. They want to round them up and throw them in a church and bring them alive, like in the show. And basically, it's them trying to stop that from happening because they are both in love with Catherine. Damon and Stefan are both in love with Catherine. And they want to stop it from happening so that they can be in love with her. But I don't understand the love triangle, how that's going to work. They can't both marry her. But anyway, that's just how I feel about the love triangle. I don't know if I hate the love triangle. I don't know. I kind of maybe hate the love triangle on the show, but that might be my diss for Elena. But I don't really have a diss for Elena. I guess it's just indifferent, because I'm okay, you break up with Stefan in season 4, and I've watched the first season during the first 3 seasons during quarantine over because I wanted a refresher, because I was watching Legacies, and I wanted a refresher because there's a lot of things that I don't remember. I'm okay, Rick's back. I knew Rick was back. Rick had been back. And then I wanted to get into season 6 because season 6 is my favorite season because of one thing and one thing only, and that's Malachi Parker, because Chris Wood is great as Kai. And so Kai coming back was just like this exciting thing. When I found out that he was coming back in season 2 of Legacies, I was like, okay, the Kai Parker screws us over episode, that's like such a great episode. But that's only because I was like, okay, we know that Chris Wood is going to bring a lot of fun and excitement to Kai. So having him back is going to be so exciting because he's going to bring, like, so many feelings into it. And it's just like, okay, he's there. I'm excited. But anyway, back to the book. So basically, if you like the flashbacks in season 1, like Blood Brothers, where they talk about how they became vampires, you'll like this book. So I think you definitely should pick it up and give it a read if you're interested in this backstory about Stefan being engaged to someone, and then she ends up being by a vampire, and he falls in love with Catherine, but he was always in love with Catherine. So anyway, I'm gonna stop now because I've been talking a lot because I've been doing this video a lot. So if you want to have a discussion with me about the Vampire Diaries as a series and this books, drop a comment below because I'd love to hear what you guys think of my review of this book. Okay, bye.